Most people want to have high energy and just feel very sharp in their mind, so they rely on coffee every single day. And you might think the same way I used to think, well, coffee's meant to help, so why does it just make me feel weird? And the common belief around coffee is that more coffee equals more energy. But in reality, it's not about whether you're drinking coffee or not, it's how you're drinking it and what kind of coffee you're having. The quality of your coffee as well as the timing matters a lot more than you think. Just having loads of caffeine and all this stimulation is different to having real clean energy from quality coffee. And real quick, just on how coffee works, so when you drink coffee, it actually ends up blocking a chemical in your brain called adenosine, which is pretty much the chemical that makes you feel drowsy and tired and builds up at nighttime, and pretty much your brain clears that up as you're waking up in the morning within the first few hours. And so it blocks that process as well as increasing dopamine and adrenaline, which makes you feel pretty good in the short term. And real quick, I'm not here to say don't drink coffee. I drink coffee every single day, sometimes up to 3 cups per day, right? It's not something I rely on, but I love coffee. I don't think we need to stop drinking coffee. It's actually healthy for you when used the right way. The issue is the way you use coffee, right? When you have poor timing, it's going to cause more stress, ruin your sleep, make you feel terrible. When you have bad quality, it's going to just add more stress because you're basically drinking poison. And when you have too much, it's going to affect your sleep and just overall fry your nervous system and add to your stress bucket, which is probably already full if you're honest. And you also might experience this dirty high feeling. Have you ever gone to a cafe and you might drink coffee every single day, but when you go to this cafe, it's not that the coffee is stronger, but it just makes you feel like shit. It just has this dirty high to it and you get a really big crash. Low quality coffee is actually really bad. Coffee is the most sprayed crop in the entire world of herbicides and pesticides. It also carries a lot of mold, right? The same mold that you might see in your air conditioner. It's like the top 5 places where you'll find mold, right? It's actually in non-organic coffee. Another mistake people make is having it out of plastic cups and they heat it up, or they have it in those coffee pods in the machines, which is so fucking bad for you. They've added all these seed oils and artificial sugars. It's just terrible. I'm going to show you guys a way to drink coffee that feels clean. It's really good for your health and you're just avoiding all these poisons and you don't get that jitteriness and that weird dirty high. Now, this is my setup and how I make clean coffee every single day. These are the things you need. So the first one is organic coffee beans. These are not hard to find. If you go to even your local supermarket, you go to the coffee bean section, there's going to be organic there more than likely. Now, obviously with that, you need a coffee grinder to grind up the coffee beans, right? Now, what I use to actually turn that into a drinkable liquid is a coffee drip machine with paper filters. You can find these on Amazon for about, I don't know, 60 American dollars, 50 American dollars. With the paper filters, you can get about 100 for 10 American dollars. I got it for 20 Australian dollars. And so what I do is the night before, or maybe the day of, I will grind the coffee beans with a coffee grinder. I'll put that in the, coffee holder or whatever. You pretty much add water in the dispenser and you put however much coffee you want. You just put like a few tablespoons of coffee if you're making 4 cups for you and a partner or something. And you click it and it just makes it, and it's very clean. And the paper filter filters out all the other shit, right? The thing is, when you're getting organic coffee beans, you're avoiding the mold, the plastics, the herbicides, pesticides, and all the other crap that's in it that's making you feel dirty. Now, I was actually a person who couldn't really drink coffee. I used to try and force myself to drink coffee because I wanted to be like a coffee drinker or that kind of thing. I wanted to use it as like a nootropic, but I could never drink even more than 1 cup because it would always give me this weird crash. But with this setup, I'm able to drink like 3 to 4, honestly a lot more cups per day, and I feel pretty good. I don't have this weird jittery high. I don't feel that weird, and I think it clearly shows how normal coffee is fucking terrible for you. You just get a really smooth high. You don't get much of a crash. You're going to be a little bit jittery as usual when you have a stimulant like that, but nothing compared to your usual espresso you buy at a cafe or just random. What's that coffee where it's just powder and you put like boiled water with it, like instant coffee? Yeah, I'm not really going to be going back to that anytime soon. Now, I've basically saved you from drinking loads of poisonous coffee and you're going to feel so much better. Yeah, hope you found this useful. Leave a like, sub, and comment, and let me know how you go with this whole setup.